from Bali. It's already 10 a.m. Everyone who use Western time, I guess it's still 9. Welcome for today's All Hands. I will be your host, and the moderator will be Capricorn. Yay! Um, Short introduction. I just hope everyone is keeping healthy, healthy and happy. Important things in life. And yeah, okay. Yeah, I will just go on with the inspirational speaker first. I think this has been kept secret, especially by Kak Furkan, yeah, from the invitation. It was not spilled. So finally, we will reveal the weekly inspirational speaker, who is Gani. Yay! Okay, Mas Gani. Seems like the response a little bit delayed, but it's okay. I hope I did you justice with the photo. It's very refreshing from your LinkedIn. Okay. Welcome, Mas Gani. How are you, Mas Gani?
Matahari. Okay, always good. Yeah.
Matahari. Okay, everyone. So today's inspirational speaker is none other than Mas Gani, the Vice President of Marketing. And as always, today is the 4th of February, first week, yeah. So I hope with this inspirational speaker, with Mas Gani as our inspirational speaker, he can give us insights and bless our February. Okay, so next on, we will take a look at Mas Gani's inspiring journey at BV. As always, I sniped this from the LinkedIn, but I hope it is accurate. Apparently, Mas Gani started in BV from 2019, which is if I were to compare, in 2019 I was still a high schooler in the third grade. So yeah, Mas Gani in 2019, he started as content creator and online marketer. And this go on for 1 year. And then after that, in the year 2020, he became senior content creator and digital marketing specialist. Wow. And this also go on for 1 year. And after that, after 3-year journey, he became the marketing manager of Bukit Vista. This also go on for 1 year. And after that, he became the assistant vice president of marketing in the year 2023. That was the year I joined BV as an intern. I did recall back then, Mas Gani was already the assistant vice president, and now the year of 2025, but it started from the year 2024. He's the vice president of marketing at Bukit Vista. Okay, very long journey. But I think it doesn't feel like 6 years, but I don't know for Mas Gani. We will know his sharing later in the Q&A session. And yeah, I would just like to say it's a very apa namanya it's a very full of growth, yeah, and very steady, but you can see his success there. Okay, I will go on to the Q&A. Mas Gani. Okay, Mas Gani, looking back at your 6-year journey with Bukit Vista, and this year is your 6th anniversary too. What was a defining moment, Mas Gani, that shaped your career in Bukit Vista, and how did it influence the way you lead today, especially as the vice president?
Matahari. Okay, thank you, Sarah, and good morning, everyone. The question is so hard. Okay, no. Defining moment that shaped your career here. I think there is quite a lot of moment when I haven't got in the university, in the college, and then I learned in the real life. So, there is a lot. Like, for example, when we make mistake in front of the partner, how do we cover it? Like, how do we promise something but then we didn't deliver it? And there is a lot of learning process there, and uh, the journey, I would say, is uh, start from the beginning. It's clear what I need to do, but then after evolving years, couple years, that it more become some sort of abstract, but into like visionary stuff, and something like that. So the journey was keep evolving, and it's hard to explain. And how did it influence the way you live today? Uh, it's mostly because of the member itself, my team member, how they influence. Yeah, so not much, what's called, not much, how would say, directing, in a sense, not much dictatorship, but the culture
Okay.
built itself, because it's the beginning, we already established a good culture. So it's not that, it's not that heavy lifting, and the way I did. That's it, Sarah.
Okay, thank you very much, Mas Gani. Yeah, it's very interesting because aside from looking at your journey in BV, I also look at your previous experiences. Apparently, you are from UGM and from tourism major, right, Mas Gani?
Correct.
Yeah, so it's very and I saw that you already start as like a photographer, right? So this is like what you said before, you know that this is what you want to do, this is like your process, right? And in BV it cultivates you, so to speak. And yeah, I really like your answer about how you lead today, especially with your experience. You said that it's all thanks to your team as well, and that's very humble. First of all, yeah, and very humble and very inspiring as well. Obviously, I think that kind of way of leading, it also opens up for like transparency and open to feedback, right, Mas Gani? So it's always it's always an environment of growth. That's what I understand from your explanation just now. Okay, Mas Gani, thank you very much. We can go on to the next question. Um, all right, so Mas Gani, what has been the biggest challenge you faced in your career at Bukit Vista, and how did you overcome it? How do you keep pushing for innovation and impact in marketing, especially?
Okay, good question. The biggest challenge you have faced in, uh, I have faced it start the leadership moment, actually, right after the COVID, or in the middle of COVID, right? So there is only few people left in the content team. That it has to be someone who start leading. Otherwise, we stuck. We never moving forward. So it is pretty difficult, and I'm very clueless what to do, very clueless what to say, what to do, what to plan. But then Mr. Singh always giving the direction, giving the learning process. So yeah, it start beginning adding one team member, and then one team member, and one team. So start growing one by one. So, but yeah, that's the biggest challenge that I have faced. And then how do you keep pushing for innovation and the impact? The key word is curiosity. It's just pure curious. Like, you don't need to expert in one thing. It's just being curious. Like, hey, we put something in this website page and then it goes viral. What? Why? what happened? Like is there something something strange happen, or we do something, for example, our photography. Hey, why don't we use this angle instead of this? Why don't we use this too? So everything is about the curiosity. It's pure curiosity.
I see. Okay. Um, Thank you very much, Mas Gani. So, if I can summarize, you mentioned that the biggest challenge was when you take the leadership role. You step up. You rest to the challenge. That's also one of our core values, right? During COVID period, yeah. Where you mentioned that team members were low back then, and nobody was there to lead the marketing team, and you step up for that. Um, okay, yeah, and I think that's very inspirational. Yeah, you 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 mentioned how you were also clueless, but obviously someone has to take that challenge. But and at the end of the day, you receive help. You receive guidance from Mr. Jing, and obviously that also shows how, even though we like for example, we step out of our comfort zone, we do not know what is ahead, but we dare to take that choice, we dare to take that challenge, to rise to the challenge. But at the end of the day, you will not be lost, or you will not be like no help will come to you. That will not happen. But at the end of the day, things work out if you keep on pushing, and especially if you take on challenges. People will be there to guide you, to help you, and you will persevere, basically. So that's my key takeaway. And thank you very much, Mas Gani, for that. And it's also very inspirational what you mentioned about the how do you keep pushing for innovation, and its curiosity. That's honestly, I myself do not expect that answer, but that's very out, in my opinion, very out of the box. Um, and I think it stays true to your character, and what your what is the culture that you like cultivate with your team. I think yeah, like, yeah, the main thing is curiosity and never settling, right? Never settling, never just like, oh, we already have this and we will not change, we will not like innovate, or like um yeah, be creative, basically. Okay, thank you very much for that, Mas Ganipati. It's very insightful, especially yeah, for me, and I hope for everyone here as well. Okay, I think we can move on to the third question. Right. Okay, so as the company continues to grow, Mas Gani, what mindset or key principles do you believe will help BV navigate change and success in the years ahead?
Hmm. Very interesting question. What minds are key principle to you believe? Uh, One thing that I keep in mind about the principle is always listen to your partners, or listen to the customer, listen what they need, listen what they concern, listen what they afraid of, listen what they anxiety of. So once we understand our partners, our customers, they will believe in us that we are the expert. So just be curious. Hey, what is your concern? Hey, what is you afraid of in the future? They will give you tons of insight, basically, tons of information that that will navigate us to the success years ahead, right?
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Mas Gani. Yeah. Obviously, as the the vice president of marketing, I do expect that your answer will be partner oriented. Um, and yeah, I think also the key is to listen to partner. And but at the same time we grow with them, right? Okay. Thank you very much, Mas Gani. If maybe as someone from ops, this is kind of out of the question as well. But if you maybe have other inputs, maybe for like operations, what would you give?
Hmm, I believe we have established a behavior principle, knowledge foundation and behavior principle. I take a look at it. I have discussed with Bayu a couple of times and we start implementing it. And I do see it's working. I do see we start drive them instead of we drift by them. So I do see this is the real impact. At the first time I think that this is just a visionary stuff, but then I take a look deeper when we start doing it. Oh wow, the impact is so real and make us work easier, more efficient. So stick with the behavior principle. That's it.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mas Gani. Me and my team definitely will keep that in mind, especially as to not drift away from what we've already established. Okay. That I believe that is the final question, but actually, because this is also like a very very happy anniversary for Mas Gani. Maybe I would like to ask one or two people from the marketing team if they have anything to say to Mas Gani. Maybe starting from Mas Hafiz. Anything you want to say?
Yo, I just want to say congratulations for the 6 year in Bukit Vista. So I just hope you that having a great journey ahead and always inspire delight us as the marketing team, and you know always be with like the balance of serious person and funny person. That's what I like from you. Yep. Okay, that's it from me. I think.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Mas Hafiz. Yeah, especially I think Mas Hafiz also celebrate his second anniversary in BV. So very like similar timeline. Okay, maybe last but not least, I would like to hear from Weda as a junior in the marketing team. What would you say to Mas Gani?
First of all, congratulations for the 6 years journey in BV. And from me, most importantly, I would like to say thank you for all of the opportunity to join the marketing team as a content creator. That's it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Weda. Okay. So I hope to Mas Gani, once again, obviously for me, congratulations for your sixth anniversary, and I hope for your more prosperous journey ahead. And thank you as well to Mas Hafiz and Weda for delivering what you would like to say to Mas Gani. Okay. I believe that concludes our weekly inspirational speaker. Once again, thank you for Mas Gani especially and every participants. Uh, let's move on to the next.
I'd
Yeah,
like to say a
yeah,
few
sure.
words about Gani here. since
Sure.
I'll be the successor after this particular moment is over. I like to tell the good, the bad, and the ugly about Ghani, actually. So here's where it begins. Ghani joined us fairly early on as we were exploring OGM to look for talent to expand our company. And the reason we were at OGM was because we looked all over Bali and we couldn't find anybody with the prerequisite skills. Ghani belonged in the tourism department under FAB. Yeah. He studied under Ibu Webe and Pak Tula. And so basically, he joined in the very beginning. I think his responsibilities were fairly limited, as you saw on the career progression, photography, content creation, right? But the key thing that I think is important, and also something that I realized later on through much experience, is that Ghani said it. Ghani was always curious. Ghani was always curious. He's always asking why, how, why, who, right? And I realized curiosity keeps your glass empty. Curiosity keeps you from, as let's say a new person in a company, from overestimating your own capabilities. So Ghani always, I think, had the right expectations of what was ahead. He knew that there was always more things to learn. And especially in the world of marketing, especially in this particular epoch where so much marketing happens online, there is an infinite amount of things to learn. And I've seen Ghani approaches all new innovation, all new sort of circumstances in the marketplace and through Bukit Vista with just a really open and curious mind. And as a result, I think Ghani has actually seen pretty fast career acceleration, right? Normally, in order to reach a VP level, you probably would have to work 5, 10, 15 years to reach a VP level. But within 6 years, he's a VP of, let's say, a $6 million company at this point, okay? So that's saying something. Ghani also has incredible endurance. Anybody who knows him personally will know that he keeps on tacking up bigger and bigger records for his bike trips. He's a beast, actually. I think it's up in the hundreds of kilometers. Yeah, I know he doesn't like to, brag about that, but I see it and I'm just impressed. I get about a quarter of what Ghani can do, and I like my ass off. I think okay, not cool. But I think what's really important, I think the curiosity and the drive to do amazing things is incredible. And I'll admit too, I failed as his leader, even though he praised me, because I gave a leadership opportunity to somebody else instead of to Ghani, actually. I only wish at that point we had chosen Ghani because we would have actually seen better performance, okay? So I realized I made a lot of leadership mistakes in earlier times because I wasn't able to identify who was the better leader. And Ghani probably wondering, okay, all right, I didn't know that, right? But ultimately, I think this is another huge opportunity to learn for everybody here. Ghani and Nadia have both told me that even though they've been working 6 years and many years here, it's different. It's different. Why? Because they're moving up. And when you move up, your job changes and the company changes, right? A lot of people seek novelty in their career by changing where they work. And that's okay. But if you're working in the same job in a different company, are you really making any progress? Look at anybody with a successful career, right? Let's take Zuck, right? Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg has only worked at Facebook. Bill Gates, right? Bill Gates has only worked at Microsoft. He hasn't worked really anywhere else. I mean, he has his foundations, but that's not really work. That's just sort of like charity. Elon only worked in his own companies, right? But why did they do for so long? Because, okay, my voice not coming across. Here, why don't I switch to a different microphone? Thank you, Erica. Let's get that fixed, okay? Switch over to the microphone. All right, how about now? Is that better? Yes, improved. Thank you, Erica. So my takeaway as a entrepreneur here is that seek curiosity in your role. You'll find that there's a lot more inside even a company that you've been working on that you never knew existed because you just didn't have the right questions. So the right answers never emerged. And as long as you don't have the right questions, the right answers will never emerge. And you'll just keep on seeing, let's say, a lack of progression instead of a lack of Okay, anyways, I'm done speaking about that. Okay, Gani, thank you. Thank you for your committed investment of time and energy and innovations and leadership at Bukit Vista. It's been an inspirational journey to have you here. And this company wouldn't be the same. It wouldn't be here, actually, if you weren't here. So you're a very important reason why we're all here. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and begin. Let's talk about the vision and mission stuff. I'll just segue right in, Sarah, and begin. Okay, so no, what do you call it? No padding, no illusions. It's been a very difficult month. Okay, we've had layoffs, we've had less than expected revenue. This has not been the easiest beginning of any particular new year. Okay, that being said, yes, I think we're entering essentially into a downturn in the market for Bali, as we talked about. Long-term wise, that is very good for Bukit Vista, but short-term wise, this is going to be resulting in some challenges. So we need to tighten up. Okay, so let's take a look and see what we should do. Now, I haven't repeated this very often, but I want to make it clear that I'm still committed to reach this goal. Okay. And when the particular situation gets more and more hard, then I hope the level of innovation and the level of urgency will also rise to the occasion. All right. So the revenue goal is still $3.5 million. The 5-star percentage is 85%. The brand partner churn is 370,000. Now, we are still committed to pay 6x individual bonuses if the company achieves the sales target and the 2 brand targets. And that's measured from last October up until the end of March. All right, reaching the revenue goal and 2 brand stability goals, we pay 6x, and reaching the revenue goal and 1 brand stability goal, we pay 3x, okay? Now, those of you who are logically minded will actually go and say, this is a very difficult target to reach. Should we change the goal, okay? And my answer is no, we're not gonna change the goal yet, okay? And the reason we're not gonna change the goal is because we need the behavior to change in the company before we start seeing the goal change. We need the behavior to make our chances of actually being able to succeed either in this semester or the next semester in a way such that we can envision success. We accept defeat way early, then we slow down. We don't actually try to innovate. We don't try to solve problems, and we don't reach any goal. And then we have to downgrade the next goal too, okay? So I'm keeping essentially, as the CEO of this company, a rigor of goal orientation because I don't compromise, right? As one of our promises to every employee here, to every partner here, is we should be able to accelerate investment and we should be able to deliver on what we have promised, okay? For employees, you should experience the fastest career acceleration here over anywhere else that you can work at. If we're not doing that, it's because we're not making enough money. For partners, it's the same thing. If we are not making essentially our business plan goals, then we need to start thinking ways to innovate such that this becomes more of a possibility. Now, there is some good news, and I'll talk about some of that in a little bit. But let's go on to the regular good news, bad news. Okay, not much has changed. We still expect to expand capacity, and we expect to elevate our brand. And today is an interesting day. Today is the day before payday. So I will be evaluating journals. I'll be evaluating managers, and I'll be evaluating to see if we are getting the strategic alignment. Okay, so I guess we'll see how aligned we are. The good news is, of course, this market turbulence is long-term good for Bukit Vista. There is a shortage of qualified property management companies, and there is an abundance of properties in the marketplace. So this is good for us, okay? And if you don't really realize how good of the case it is for us, then let's go ahead and take a look, all right? So our biggest competitor right now is probably Bali Management Villas, which is a company based out of Seminyak, and they have 204 reviews. I'm happy to see that they apparently are losing the ball, trying to compete with us. Lower and lower and lower reviews in their most recent reviews, okay? Their customers are not happy, and customers that are not happy are writing shit reviews on your Google eventually results in partnerships not coming to you, which eventually results in you not getting any more yes, which all results into a negative tailspin cycle, okay? So it's already happening to our competitors, and that's good. I got some other good news. So I belong to a group of founders And today, somebody just notified the group. I don't know if you can read that, but it says, "Hey all, a friend of mine is selling their property management business. He has a strong established portfolio, specializing in long-term rentals based in Ubud. This is okay, whatever. All right. So that's also some good news. That means that some of our competitors are dropping out because the heat is just too much for them, and they are looking to exit. So means that the remaining partnerships under their management will probably fall under, well, maybe our stewardship over time. Okay, which means that we can acquire a lot of new AUM. So there is some good news here if we can endure through the particular market turbulence. We are seemingly the strongest property management company, and we will get through this. But how do we stay strong? We stay committed to our strategic goals. We stay committed to a high rigor and discipline, because this is a difficult business and we need to bring our best to the game every single day. All right. So that is the extent of the good news. If you guys want to know any good news. All right. Let's talk about more. Let's talk about the leadership commitments that I am keeping myself accountable for. Now, the company depends on everyone to do their job to grow and support the brand. And senior leaders are beginning to relearn their duties to supervise and guide strategy for their teams. And I happily could say that they are doing this effectively at this point. Okay. Not experts yet, but they are relearning, and this is positive. And once again, this is to ensure that everybody who is aligned is given a fair chance to attain the semester bonuses. Now, here's my leadership commitments. Did I spell commitment wrong? Does anybody know how to spell commitment correctly? Okay, all right. Let's see who's going to step on toes. Commitment. No, okay, I spelled it right. Sorry. I thought there was 2 T's in commitment. Always add a little bit of drama. See if the room's actually listening, yeah? Okay, all right. Anyways, we've already told that anybody who's laid off demoted, their share, salary, and benefits will go to the employees who are actively helping us achieve the company's semester goals. And I have some good news, hopefully, for the people who are listening. As one of our new innovations, both Thea and Gaia now have base and bonus salaries. Okay, so both Thea and Gaia now have base and bonus salaries, and they have employment terms. All right, now we haven't decided where that should go yet, because that will, of course, take some thinking. Okay, but if you are the team that's making Thea and Gaia work correctly, it probably goes to you. Okay. If you're part of the team that's not making it work correctly, then probably doesn't go to you, okay? So that is how we will essentially now move, essentially budget and benefit to parts of the company that are working, okay? Maybe that's a surprise, right? Because ultimately, maybe somebody was expecting this to go to a person. But AI agents, we will treat as personhood, and the people responsible for training them, building them, recruiting them, and keeping them working should be the benefactors of the salary that goes to the AI agents, okay? All right, next. All right, I've done my checklist. I provided leadership lessons at the beginning of the month to grade journals. I've set the strategic pathway every morning, on every weekday at least, for operational and aesthetic MSMs, and they are getting to line up. And I will expect that UMs remove and lay off employees that are most responsible for lack of alignment. And I think that part is complete now. Now, I will expect this. And this is to everybody. I'll expect that if you're part of the solution, not part of the problem, you'll be looking to participate in an MSM. Okay? So if you're part of the solution and you're not part of the problem, then you'll be looking to get your work or insight included on an MSM. All you need to do is just ask your supervisor, am I currently on an MSM or not? And they will tell you, hopefully, the truth, right? If you're not, then you need to think, okay, where can you help? All right? How can you actually make sure your work is strategic? All right. Maybe you do consistent operational work, but believe me, there is always something that you could do in consistent operational work such that it can be more strategic, such that it can actually fulfill value. You just need to imagine what that is. All right. Those conversations need to come from everybody who expects to want to help the situation. All right. And we'll take a look at it, and that will be the next step. Okay, the core value this month is to never settle, and some of the new core values are to decide with insight and also rise to the challenge. Hopefully we'll see some core value recognition. Mr. VP of EESC today on the new core values as well, okay? Core value last month is to be transparent. All right, okay, we've already talked about flight schedule and stuff. We talked about this already. Sorry, these are slides from the previous week. Now, the missing and forgotten concept in semester 5 was liability. So I see we sometimes still struggle with that. We still struggle with remembering whose liability a particular case is, all right? Let me give you a very fun example that happened recently, all right? So there was a guest that asked for an early check-in at Villa Lenghung An here with Victor and Atika, okay? So therefore, what happened was that we took the first liability by promising the guest that they could do an early check-in. When in fact our policy is to not have any early check-ins or late checkouts, okay? So that was the first mistake. As a result of that, the guest wandered onto the property before the property was actually correctly finished and prepared, right? And of course, the housekeeping wasn't done yet. But also on the partner side, they should have liability over having a receptionist available. So they failed on that liability too. They did not have a receptionist available. So therefore, the guest was allowed to wander around the property and find their way into the property that they had booked. That's the partnership liability. Now, third, the guest then looked at the property not being clean and complained that it wasn't ready. Of course, it's not ready because they're not supposed to even be checking in that early. So I guess that's just, once again, back to the first liability. We shouldn't have let that happen. But they shouldn't have expected that either, okay? And then finally now, the guest is unhappy, and then the partner asks our team to cancel the guest, which we agreed. So that's our liability. We should say no, because a cancellation results in a down branding and also a penalty. And so that's the second liability, okay? So you can see essentially a sandwich of liabilities going all the way out there. Now, we're going to have to pay this particular partner back for this mistake because it started with our mistake. We should not have actually allowed the guest on site. But there's also some mistakes that the partner made too as well, and they should bear some responsibility for that as well. That's an example of a liability. Understanding this liability is pretty important, okay? If you don't understand liability, then be prepared sometimes to see a special deduction show up on your employee journal. But if you do understand liability, which I think everybody should at this point because it's your job description, okay, then you can avoid taking any liability for something that's not your job, all right? So I expect everyone here to understand essentially their own job. If you don't understand your job, then ask your supervisor what your job is and what liabilities you are liable for. Not understanding this is ultimately another reason why we have drift in culture, drift in contract, drift in relationships, okay? And as Gani said, that's why we have foundational principles, or foundational knowledge and behavioral principles to keep us from drifting apart, all right? Now, the missing concept in semester 6 seems to be expectations, okay? As we rise to more and more senior jobs, senior leaders here need to have expectations. That should be their only job. Senior leaders do not need to go and do the work of execution. Senior leaders do not need to go and figure everything out themselves, but they need to have clear expectations of what their teams should and should not be able to do. And that is their main job, to keep those expectations and set those expectations. Okay, we talked about the innovation already. We are essentially giving both Guy and Thea salaries. It's already on their employment journal. And hopefully with this, we can also understand expectations a little bit better too as well. All right, that's pretty much it from my side. Let me give it back to, is it to Sarah or somebody else, Sarah?
Yeah, me.
Okay,
Thank
back to
you.
you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Jing, for the vision and mission statement. As Mr. Jing has previously shared, I would like to emphasize for us to, keep doing what we are doing. Okay, I would pass it on to Kak Fulkan for the hospitality and revenue target, but let me share the screen first. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Kak Sarah. So yes, everyone, good morning to you. So this is me, Fulkan speaking, to present the not only hospitality and also revenue target achievement for this so on the semester basis, but also the company team target achievement. And I will be directly taking over the moderating session because I am the moderator for today as well. Okay, so the first one, let's directly proceed into our hospitality target achievements slide. Okay, cool. So next slide, please. Let's jump into the first metric, which is accuracy. So accuracy increasing by 0.3% compared to last week. Last week at 86.1% and this week at 86.4%. Next slide, please. All right. Onto the check-in, increasing by 0.1%. Last week at 87.1% and this week at 87.2%. Next slide, please. Onto the cleanliness, increasing by 0.2%. Last week at 80% and this week at 80.2%. Next. Okay, onto the communication, increasing by 0.1%. Last week at 85.6% and this week at 85.7%. Next slide, please. Into the location, increasing by 0.1%. Last week at 73.1% and this week at 73.2%. Next. Okay, the value, the biggest or most significant increase this week. Last week at 80.2% and this week at 81.2%, sorry, and this week at 81.6%. Okay, so based on the report that it is a very good news that we gradually, slowly but surely improving on the hospitality metrics. However, on the overall side, we didn't see the improvement compared to last week because the number is stable at 82.6%. Yes, and Kayla brought up several interesting insight about the hospitality performance insight for the last 1 week. So these are the first one. There are top 5 most concerning properties, less than 5-star reviews. The first one is Warisan Homestay in Nusa Penida, Villa 4R, Villa Kaba, being in Greenview, which has been extended for a 10-year contract yesterday. Congratulations for Mak Wayana and also Kayla. And also Pluma Regineng extended for 3-year contract. Okay, next into the lowest metric concern. Sorry, it hasn't been finished, Sarah. Lowest metric concern, it's on the location, 4.6. Expectation is to be set properly as this is very difficult to fix. And on the second point, fixable manually on the check-in and also on the cleanliness. On the next metric, which is on the next point, which is the highest metrics to maintain, which is communication and also accuracy, quite performing well, should be maintained on the high standards. Okay, on the next steps, the first one, it needs to be addressed location concerns with proper expectation setting for the guests. And the second one, enhancing the check-in experience by refining the SOPs, clear guidelines, and also better coordination, which I believe Mr. Jing also brought up a case earlier. Ensuring cleanliness consistency through stricter housekeeping protocols. And the last point is maintaining high performance in communication and also accuracy to keep guests satisfaction in high level. Okay, so that's the insight from last week compiled by Kayla. And next into the revenue target achievement. Okay, so for the revenue target achievement, we are currently at 2.199 million USD. Yeah, close to 2.2 million USD. It increases 65,000 USD compared to last week. However, comparing it into the time, we only have 58 days left, which is around 2 months to achieve the remaining revenue target, and we still have 1.3 million USD to reach the revenue target. So let's keep it up and moving forward to make sure that we can close revenue target. Okay. On to the last target achievement, which is partner stability. Next slide. There is no update since the previous report. We just announced last week that the latest offboarding was on NH residents, and since then there is no further offboarding, so no partner churn budget updated until this week. So yeah, that's the recap for the hospitality and also revenue target on the semester basis. And let's moving forward into the company team target achievement, where we will review the January performance. Okay, thank you very much, Kak Sarah. So we have 3 targets for January. The first one is the revenue target. We didn't achieve it as we accomplished around 441,000 USD, accounting around 93.94% progress to the OK target. On the five-star percentage, we didn't achieve as well. We were at 80.7% achievement, accounting 94.94% progress to achieving the OK target at 86%. And sorry, I think and the last one is the brand target. The brand target, we achieved the brand target because the 20,000 USD budget was actually accounted for the NH residents offboarding, but it's still under 70,000, so it's still achieved and safe from our offboarding budget. Okay, so what we have so far in January. Sorry, can you scroll up a bit, Kak Sarah? Okay, thank you. In January, we managed to have 72% occupancy. This is 3% increase compared to last month, with 20% expired dates, 5% decrease from last month. We have 3% maintenance, 1% increase from last month, and also 4% owners usage, which also 1% increase compared to last month. Okay, so what are the insights for the hospitality performance and both revenue performance? So as you can see on the table itself about the numbering and also comparison between the December 2024 and also January 2025 performance. You may directly see it. However, I would like to directly read the performance review and also key takeaways directly. Okay, performance improved, but target not met. Although January's performance showed slight improvement compared to December, we still failed to achieve the target or match the previous performance with a lower number of reviews achieved and only a small difference in conversion. The key point 2, consistent issue location metric. This has also been announced earlier, on the semester basis report. The location metric remains the most problematic and needs to be highlighted for the new asset under management. Finding ways to enhance this is essential. Other key areas that needs attention is cleanliness, value, and also the accuracy. Key point 3, check-in and also communication require further enhancement. Check-in remains the highest rated metric, which is a positive sign, but we should continue enhancing this experience, and communication follows as another priority for enhancement. That's the insight from the hospitality performance. And further, let me read the insights from the revenue management team. The first one on the existing AUM performance, on the manageable asset under management side, it has successfully met its target. However, on the unmanageable AUM, it fell short at 76.5% of the target, with properties in Nusa Penida remain vacant despite significant price reductions. New AUM performance also remained below expectation, achieving 23% of the target. Investment strategy revenue has yet to contribute. Bella has delegated the critical follow-up on high-value deals to Erika, but seems no result or also response coming yet from this action. Currently, we are facing a revenue shortfall of 23K USD based on the remaining available nights. Okay, so how we move forward into the February? I believe this has been announced by Bella also on the slide, but let me just review it again. So for the revenue target, we are aiming to achieve the 378,000 USD as the OK target, 5-star percentage at 85%, and the brand target at 56,000 USD as the churn budget. Okay, so that's the report for the semester and also monthly basis. So let's moving forward because I am also the moderator. Okay, Moving forward, we have the weekly mission inspiration. We do not have anything from guest side, so let's move on into the partner side. We have two. The first one coming in from Mas Hafiz. So Mas Hafiz, time is yours.
So, okay, thank you, Furkon. So, last week, we started to send the GS inspection newsletter for non-football properties to help the owner stay aware of their property condition and property issues and to prevent the bad reviews. And this also improve the the owner compliance and how we manage the property as well. And in the future, Ion can help to automate this as well for the greater efficiency. And so far, we successfully sent this newsletter to Villa Pele Isle, Kupu Kembar, and Kamisama Homestay. So you can open the attachment for the example of the newsletter and the owner compliance on the comment section.
Okay,
Thank
thank you very much, Mas Hafiz, for presenting this. This is indeed a very inspiring news to see. And next we have Mas Rehan. So time is yours, Mas.
Okay, I want to announce and share about our new program, AMA, Ask Me Anything. It's managed by Furkon. And this is a meeting session between Bukit Vista and the property owner or our community, where the property owner are free to ask any questions directly to Mr. Jing or our CEO. Yeah. So, and the result is we have released 2 private videos exclusively for the BV community. And we have shared and will continue to share the knowledge video that through BV Go newsletter. And also the latest AMA session was held yesterday by Furkon Dea and Mr. Jing. And we are currently processing the content and will distribute this content and also this knowledge soon. That's all. Thank you, Furkon.
Okay, thank you very much. Looks fascinating, yeah. Waiting for this video or content to be redistributed. Okay. Next to the there's no from employee side, and let's coming to the technological innovations. The first one from Reza.
Okay, Kak Furkon, thank you very much. So this is the improvement I've been made for pricing comparison package for mobile device. So this improvement come from the problem. Please can open the first image, Kak Sarah. Okay, so the improvement come from the problem. The first one is confusing comparison experience. So users struggle to compare pricing plans due to unclear layout and then limited mobile usability because the current design is not optimized for mobile viewing. So the solution we provided for this issue. The first one is optimize mobile layout, implement a horizontal scrollable comparison with collapsible section, and then dynamic content, automate pricing update using WordPress admin panel, and then is send visual hints so user can see the hierarchy different between packets. And with this insights and with this improvement managed to achieve SLA metrics, Kak Sarah can go to the next slide. Okay, so with this improvement, managed to achieve SLA metrics with average engagement time increase from 1 minute to second to 1 minute 29 seconds, increasing 43%, and average session duration increased from 1 minute 52 seconds to 30 minutes 30 seconds, increasing 18.7%, and from the bounce rate reduced from 10% to 7.21%, decrease 27.9%. With this improvement, users will find it easier to compare pricing plan, reducing confusion, and improving decision making. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Reza. Before moving forward, I would like to let the floor know that I will be extending this all hands meeting by maximum 10 minutes because we need to read the new core file recognitions that needs to be read. Okay, moving forward to Mas Titan. Floor is yours, Mas.
Okay, thank you, Mas Furkon. This is update on the major tech incidents on January 27 last week. I want to acknowledge the major technical failure that affect the system-wide processes for 2.5 hours downtime last week. As the product owner, I take part of responsibility and sincerely apologize for the disruption and any inconvenience caused. This incident has been a valuable learning experience highlighting the need for our engineering teams to strengthen their pre-release workflow by consistently running functionality and stress tests. Now, it's not enough to only test the functionality side. To improve system reliability, we are developing ActionFit Endpoint version 2, a faster and more lightweight solution designed to enhance performance and provide a smoother user experience. Thank you for your patience and understanding as we work towards a more robust system. Thank you, Mas.
Furkan, that could be recognized.
Yes.
I don't know why everybody's hesitating. That should be applauded. That's called being transparent. That's called core value. That's called not hiding when there's mistakes, okay? Please help us kill the shame culture. Good. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mas Titan, for announcing us about this. Yes, I believe. Thank you also for being transparent and also already taken solutions, yeah, to making sure that this issue at least can be minimized and hopefully can be removed for good. Okay. Moving forward, we have a good news because we have a promotion announcement from the engineering team. I would like to call Kabayu to present this announcement.
Okay, this is first actually a probation pass. So Restu has been in probation for the last 3 months, and we decided that he passed the probation period as an AI prompt engineer with the execution level. But there are an extra actually. So during that 3 months probation period, we gave a challenge to Restu to also hold the responsibility for maintaining the SLA of Gaia correctness metric. And we decided that he's actually holding more responsibility than what he need to as an executor. So aside from the probation pass, we also are promoting him to the sub-supervision level. So he will be responsible for the quality of our AI agents' knowledge and prompting. Congratulations to Restu.
Okay, Restu, congratulations for your promotion. We are very happy to see that you have been elevated from the execution level to the sub-supervision. May this new responsibility enhance you and also develop you further. And we deliver our promise for the fastest career growth acceleration for you. Okay, moving forward, we have several core value recognitions and it also depicts several of our new core values, yeah, our latest new ones, 2 new ones. So the first one I would like to call Kabayu to share it.
Okay, this is to Restu and RD. Like I mentioned before, basically they are both in execution level, but they are accepting the challenge to take on the responsibility as sub-management, even though they have not been promoted yet. Why? We have a learning budget for anyone that wants to step up into the next level. So regardless of the outcome of this learning, I'd like to recognize them for rising to the challenge.
Okay, thank you very much, Kabayu, for recognizing both for the rise of the challenge. Okay, on to the next one. For the first one, probably I would like to go on to the next core value first, coming from this. Yes, to on the above Kasara. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, first one I would like to recognize Kak Gray for being for rising to the challenge. Why? Because Kak Gray dared herself to be the first one coming out and admit that she didn't fully know or understood about our latest changes in our core values. On this announcement, as you can see on the screen, yeah. And this action takes courage. And if we do not have the rising to the challenge core value, we won't be coming out as the first one. So I would like to recognize Kak Gray for rising to the challenge and admitting something that you didn't know, especially in the public company eyes. On the second one, I would like to also recognize Kasara, Restu, Hanza, Mastitan, and also Dea for being transparent, following Grace's footsteps to also admit that they didn't fully understand about these new core value changes. So guys, it is fine if you do not understand. Just ask. Don't be ashamed. Don't be embarrassed. As what we celebrate Mastitan for. If you be true to your understanding. So if it is very okay to do not know as long as you ask later. So that's my core values. Thank you very much. And Ken, moving forward into Mas Gani.
Okay, thank you, Furqan. I'd like to recognize Ganesh for Rise the Challenge for Value Recognition. Ganesh did research that he found many bad reviews cause hurting the accuracy score and mostly caused by property quality issue. He then proposed to send newsletter to remind constantly to non-full property owners to always maintain the property quality. I say this is a good behavior because instead of fix the listing, somehow we need to fix the owner.
Okay, thank you very much, Mas Gani. Is that it?
Next is to Rehan. Yeah.
Yes.
For the core value recognition raised to the challenge again, while becoming CM operator, Rehan raised concern what we're gonna do for low quality property that receive constant bad review, but also demanding owner. He can feel how exhausted it. That is good because he activate become a good sensor and bring this issue into higher level instead of hiding it. So
Yes.
a good one. Congratulations for Rehan and Ganesh.
Okay, thank you very much for your core value recognitions, Mas Gani. The last one to Reza.
Okay, Kak Furqan, thank you. So this is when I would like to recognize Kak Rehan. So thank you, Kak Rehan, for interesting insight on regarding the majority of Bukit Vista website. User come from mobile device. However, it was found also the engagement time is tend to decrease over time. After an audit, it was found that there are still many pages that need to be improvement in terms of mobile responsiveness for more optimal user experience. So this insight is also very helpful for me as a front end, especially full stack developer who hold the Bukit Vista website, so that I can focus more on improving performance and user experience on this website. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Reza. Okay, so actually that concludes our all hands for today. For the personal update side, please make sure that you read the question of the week and answer it accordingly, because we do not have any announcement. I would like to make one. So today it also happens to be someone's special birthday. Today is Mas Hafiz' birthday. So
Happy birthday, Hafiz!
let's celebrate you, Mas Hafiz. It is so unfortunate, yeah, the announcement on the Slack has been pulled out, yeah, before the all hands ends. So, but yeah, we are celebrating you today, and hopefully you have a good day, good week, and also good year ahead.
Thank you everyone. Have a good day for you all as well. Feeling
Okay.
32. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so if you would like to, you can drop your wishes on the announcement Slack channel, because the announcement has been up. So, but we need to close this session soon. So thank you very much everyone for joining us, and see you next week.
See you next week.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a good week.